Welcome, everybody, to All About Articulation, where we do a deeper dive into the articulation of some of your favorite action figures while glossing over things like sculpt, paint apps, character history, accessories, because I suck at that. And there's already so many great reviewers on YouTube who do that already, so I don't want to waste your time. Today, we are reviewing the brand new Marvel Legends 2-pack Wolverine with Bushwacker. I don't know where Bushwacker is, but I'm not reviewing Bushwacker. I'm just reviewing Punisher because he is the prized gem of this 2-pack. Don't get me started on Marvel Legends and their 2-packs and their 3-packs. They're so shisty, man. They're so dirty the way they do that. But anyway, before I go on, if you want to jump into straight to the articulation, I got the timestamp in the description below. If you don't want to hear me talk my spiel, otherwise, I'm going to talk a little bit about my thoughts and feelings on this figure. So he is on this new body mold. It is kind of like the way what Marvel Legends now they're rolling out. They're slowly transitioning a lot of their figures onto these new bodies, these bucks that have the updated, hyper-articulated torsos, which generally is you have an ab crunch in the bottom, right? And then you have a ball joint up top. And you also have some butterfly joints. One thing that they did was that they gave him this old school neck hinge. So now he can look up very well without any sort of hindrance, without any sort of modification. This is what they should have done with that Iron Fist in the Luke Cage 2-pack that they released earlier this year. But no, they didn't. They left that figure with the ball joint that Spider-Man has, but without the notch. So I bought that figure. I reviewed it. I'll link it right here. And I returned it because I hated that figure because it could not articulate. Looking back, I could have custom modded it, but I didn't want to. I was too lazy. Anyway, we're talking about Punisher. So this is Spider-Man in the back. Here's his other frenemy, Daredevil, also in the back. Also on the new body mold with the ball joint. And his other frenemy, Captain America. He's got a lot of frenemies. Frank he don't get along with nobody. So yeah. But how does he stack up against some of these guys, huh? Yeah, I think this is good scale. This is good proportions. Like Spider-Man should be probably the smallest, although he doesn't look too small here because I think that they put this body might be a little too big for Spider-Man. Because he should be a little bit smaller than Daredevil. And then Daredevil should be a little bit smaller than Frank. And Frank and Steve should be about the same, maybe. Although, now then again, he took drugs. He took PEDs, so he should be bigger. He's Captain America. He's more known for actual fighting and combat. And he's known more for, weapons and artillery. But I like this. This is a nice foursome. This would be a nice team, actually. Wouldn't you think? This would be a great team. Anyway, all right, let's move these guys to the back, and let's deal with Punisher. Yeah, so the belt. He's perfect if not for one thing, the belt. The belt. What the bleep is up with this belt? Why? You put Punisher on this amazing new body with improved articulation, just to hinder the ab crunch with this big, awkward belt that prevents us from fully accessing this improved articulation. You see that? It's just like, it's so weird. Why do they? So now basically you have this great articulation that we all know how it works. I'll show you on Daredevil. You got the crunch and you got the ball joint, and together you can do that. Fantastic, right? Punisher's got all those pieces. He's got all those pieces right there, but he can't do what Daredevil just did because of that stupid belt. So he can only bend down that far, and he can't even utilize that ab crunch in the bottom let alone the ball joint up top, because of that, the teeth of the skull. What they should have done is, this belt does not seem removable, and I don't even think it's floating, because you can't move it. Although I think with a little bit of a tweak, I see. I think it's pegged in somewhere on the side or glued in. So if you can remove that and then you can slide it, then yeah, at least you can slide it down a little bit. But that still doesn't solve this problem here. The teeth, these big Bugs Bunny teeth. I mean, what I would have done is that I would have cut this whole part off, right? So the belt doesn't extend past the pouches. Cut off this part off, so make it like this, and then just take a thin black magic marker and just paint. How many lines we have? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Just paint in your own teeth. That's what Marvel Legends should have done in the first place. Why do they do this? It's just so awkward and cumbersome, and it completely hinders the articulation. Don't know why they did that. That's what I would do. But I haven't done it yet. Obviously, I just got this figure and I'm playing around with it. And if I do decide to tweak it, I'll let you guys know. All right, let's get to the articulation. Like I said, you got the hinge up top, old school hinge, so he can look all the way up. He can look all the way down. He cannot, however, do the shake, the shimmy, the head like Spider-Man here can. He's got like way more circular range. That's the beauty of that. That's the beauty of that ball joint. But he can look way further up because of that disc. Just like Cap can. He's got the disc, the disc hinge, so he can look up. Frank can look up, nice and high. Awesome. He can hit a very well T-pose all the way up, way past 90. He's got butterfly joints that are fantastic. He can go all the way. That's how far back he can bring his shoulders. Give you there you go, and he can bring his shoulders forward. Yeah, the shoulder straps do sort of hinder, but not much, but a little bit. It does kind of hinder his butterfly joint, although he can't cross his wrists by themselves, although you can push it. But he definitely can touch fingers, touch fingertips. He can touch hands. He can even, if you take the guns off, he can clasp his fingers together. So that's good. So it's really nice butterfly joints. And of course, I mean, if you move the belt out the way, it's fantastic. He's got great ab crunch. And he's got the ball joint up top, so he can move all the way around. But because this stupid Belkin's in the way, he can't do it. No drop. Oh, sorry. So we're still on the arms. Bicep rotates all the way around. He's got double jointed elbows that can give you great range. I mean, that's beyond 30, right? He can scratch his own shoulder. That's how he can rest his gun on his shoulder. That's how well he can articulate those elbows. He's got a cut at the forearm, but there's no rotation at the forearm. So don't let that cut fool you. He's got a couple of different hands. These trigger gun holding hands can move. It's just adduction, abduction, in the preferred way that I think anyway for gun holding and sword holding. He's got no drop down hips, but he can kick forward a nice range. He can kick back, just not much at all, but it's okay. I don't need him to kick that far back. He's got upper thigh swivel that goes all the way around. We know how that works. Double jointed knee, pinless, so we should have no warping. And a lot of people, let me just take this time out to explain why double pinless is good. It's not just because of aesthetics. It's because when you have pinless, it prevents the knees from bending in. Marvel Legends for years had a problem with that. You just leave your figure sitting on a shelf or even in a closet, and you come back a couple months later and their legs are completely warped. They're like, I can't even do it here. They're completely bent and warped. So the new pinless technology prevents that. That's why you have pinless technology. That's why you prefer pinless. Some of these people I see online, they're like, what's the big deal with pins? Who cares? And you don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, he's got, double jointed knee, can almost kick his own butt. That's fantastic. He's got a boot cut, goes all the way around. He's got great ankle mobility, very typical of Marvel Legends. Point his toes all the way down, point his toes pretty far up, got like that little Nike check mark. He's got great ankle pivot, and this is how far he can go down with both feet planted on the ground. We call that the Glen Webb split. Glen Webb split. That's an industry term for you old school collectors. There you go. Not bad. He's a great figure. He's a great figure. I would definitely mod or tweak the belt, make it more articulated, give us more range. And, again, they do this very dirty thing where they put him in a 2-pack with another figure that they know you don't want, but you have to spend. So this 2-pack costs $60. It was $60.39, I think. I think that was the exact total from Amazon, after tax and shipping and whatnot. So $60 for a figure that it should be $25, $27 after taxes. So this guy came in a 2-pack. This guy came in a 3-pack. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, they're so dirty. They just sell them as $25 figures. That's what they are. They're $25 figures. Why do you have to, package them in a box with other figures that you don't want? They're always doing that. And it just drives me insane. And that's why, spoiler, he's going back. That's right. I'm returning him. Because as good as he is, he's going to be released in a single-carded as a single-carded figure one day, and you know this because they're going to release him with white boots and white gloves, and make a comic book accurate classic Punisher, just like they did Cap over here. And I'm still waiting for the single pack for them to release Daredevil, but you know what? I've given up on hope on that. I just bought this guy used, and I'm waiting for the Mafex Daredevil, which everyone says is going to be better than this. So yeah, anyway, can I recommend this Punisher? He comes in a 2-pack, so that's why I can't exactly recommend him. If he came single carded at $25, I'd say pick him up yesterday, but because he's not, well, that's what we got to deal with. You got to deal with Marvel Legends. Hasbro likes to play games. Well, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes, as they say. What does that mean? I don't know. I just tell you what I read off the internet. Okay, guys. Thank you for watching. Leave a comment if you have any questions. Okay, talk to you later. Bye-bye.